stream, please share, subscribe, hit that like button for me. And we gotta go and dive into this video. Now, Black Americans clap back after getting threats for Charlie Kirk passing as HBCU getting shut down. Now, this is going on with black students across the U.S. Target with racist threats days after Charlie Kirk killings. FBI says threats was called, although university took measure to prevent incidents on campus. Black students across the U.S. was targeted this week by coordinated racist death threats, forcing at least 7 historically black colleges into emergency lockdowns just a day after the far-right activist Charlie Kirk was killed at Utah Valley University. At a New York university, black students reported received a threat significantly targeting them, according to an email seen by a guardian from the University of Black Students Unions. The manifesto was said to contain extremely graphic threats of gun violence and stated the author was coming for only Negroes, citing the number of black students as taken away the safety space for white people. In the email, the NYU Black Students Unions criticized universities officials for their lack of transparency, saying administrators waited more than 6 hours before informing students that the manifesto significantly targeted black students. The NYU did not immediately respond to a request for comments. At least 7 historical black college universities, HBCU, went on lockdowns on Thursdays, including Alabama State University, Virginia State University, Hampton University, Virginia College, Southern University, and Alabama and A&M College, Clark Atlanta Universities, Morehouse College, Cookman Universities. Virginia State University presidents wrote to the campus community today. Virginia State University, along with several others historic black colleges, the university received a threat intended to disrupt, intimidate, and instill fear in our community. The university enacted a temporary campus lockdown before lifting it with restrictions, limit access to students, faculties, and staff with valid identification. Alabama State University President Quentin T. Ross Jr. says his school received a terroristic threat directed at our campus and immediately suspended operations out of abundance of cautions. The university coordinated with law enforcement while making provisions for students to return to a residency hall and access meals. Hampton University temporarily stopped all non-essential activities and closed all campus activities and classes through Friday, including athletic events. School official says the safety and well-being of our student, faculty, staffs, and visitors remain our highest priorities. Southern universities implements the most extensive lockdown, applying restrictions to entire schools, landmass, including the universities, law centers, horticulture, research, and detention centers, and laboratory schools. Campus activities and class was canceled through the weekends. So the FBI told The Guardian in a statement it was aware of these threat calls to number of HBCU, but that there was no information to indicate a credible threat. So the FBI takes these threats very seriously because it put innocent people at risk. The federal law enforcement agency says we urge the public to remain vigilant and report any and all suspicious activities and or individuals to law enforcement immediately. So it says most of the fact universities have since lifted their lockdowns but maintain enhanced security measures and counsel classes through the weekends as federal and local law enforcement agencies continue their investigations. The threat came amid of a federal manhunt for the shooters who killed Charlie during a campus event on Wednesday at Utah Valley University in Utah. Through the suspect shooter is now in custody. So it says here, HBCU have previously been target of violent threats. In 2022, the FBI launched an investigation into similar incidents, and later that year announced that an individual was charged with making dozens of racist threats targeting the HBCU. Still, the coordinated nature of the threats has spiked concerns about the targeting harassment of black students in educational institutions. These threats are not random. They are a target attack on institution. Virginia State University president says in her statements, to those who seek to silence or scare us, we will not be intimidated. We hope you appreciate this article. Before you close this tab, we want to ask you could support The Guardian at this crucial time for the journalists in the U.S. You know, this is aimed, you guys, I tell you guys, man, we haven't even committed these, assassinations. And they're already aiming at us. Watch this video, you guys. I want you all to see this video, man, what they talking about, man. After the death of Charlie Kirk, you seeing they are making sure that black people get targeted. Shut down these schools, universities, shut down parts of black communities. And, why would they want to do that? Why do they want to do that to us? We haven't did none of these crimes. We haven't did these assassinations. When you see this become a very, very political issue here. I just want y'all to hear what these people have to say, man. Hear this video. Hear what these people are saying, man.
Colleges are being threatened because a white man potentially killed a white man. Am I saying that right? Yeah, it just sounds dumb because it is dumb. White people, tap in, help me out. I would like for white people to make some sense of it. Ask your friends, ask your family how it makes sense. White men got picket signs talking about white men fight back. White man fight back! White man fight back! Fight who? Fight each other. Everybody know that the only potential suspect that they got is a white man who killed. Well, how did black people get in there? We ain't in there.
Hi, Lousy, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dehumanization. Thank you so much for all the love and support. So now returning subscribers, those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also like, why is it that anything that happens, they'll look for ways to just please don't forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. All I love is Escalating.
So a white man unalived Charlie Kirk. Black people said, well, damn, he don't got to worry about the riots no more, right? Because he gone to hell. White people get mad, not at the man who unalived him, but at black people, and started calling HBCUs and making threats. Now our kids can't go to school. So we need to get the FBI agent Peter from unknown number, because what he did, he found that whole country. Okay? He found her ass. We need to find all these terrorists and get them locked up. Peter, where you at? We need you.
White individuals are actually more likely to be attacked by black individuals in this country.
So black colleges are being threatened because a white man potentially killed a white man. Am I saying that right? Yeah, it just sounds dumb because it is dumb. White people, tap in, help me out. I would like for white people to make some sense of it. Ask your friends, ask your family how it makes sense. White men got picket signs talking about white men fight back. White man fight back! White man fight back! Fight who? Fight each other. Everybody know that the only potential suspect that they got is a white man who killed. But how did black people get in there? We ain't in there. Charlie Kirk say some of the nastiest things about black people, only to get killed by a white person. Why are these white men running around talking about white men fight back? Who are fight who? Was it black people there fighting like that out in Idaho? Were there even black people at the rally? Thugs and gangsters, because that's how Charlie Kirk refers to us. Stop me when I get the line. This is how he refers to us. Let's talk about why these children at these HBCUs are on lockdown.
Because what he did, he found that whole country. Okay.
Fight back!
Look, shout out to all 14 you guys. You know what I mean? Just checked in, man. Oh man, this is some crazy stuff, man. This just got crazy, y'all. They chatting. You know what I mean? White man fight back. But the sad thing is, his own people killed him. Why are we target people here? Why why are we target? They got that much hate after the man was deceased, after their own people killed him. This is some crazy stuff we see in these days, y'all. I'm telling you guys, man, this is some crazy stuff we see in these days, man.
Fight who? Fight each other. Everybody know that the only potential suspect that they got is a white man who killed. Well, how did black people get in there? We ain't in there. Charlie Kirk say some of the nastiest things about black people, only to get killed by a white person. Why are these white men running around talking about white men fight back? Who are fight who? Was it black people there fighting like that out in Idaho? Were there even black people at the rally? Thugs and gangsters, because that's how Charlie Kirk refers to us. Stop me when I get the line. This is how he refers to us. Let's talk about why these children at these HBCUs are on lockdown.
Now, I don't really to me, I don't condone violence, y'all. Big shout out to everybody that's you know what I mean, timing in. I don't condone violence. This man didn't deserve to be assassinated. Now you might hear my own people talk about, yeah, he said some racist things. He had some comments he said, and you know what I mean, but that still don't give no reason for someone to take his life. His own, see what we talking about here, his own people took his life, and these people out here rallying, chanting, you know what I mean? White people fight back. Fight back with who? Really? Fight back with who? We not when you understand, we not wrestling with this flesh and blood, but with the principalities of this world, with the spiritual forces. This is why I said that this was no more than an inside job, no more than a government cover up. It took the police 33 hours. Not, you know what I mean? They got a tip from Robinson family. That's when they got a tip. And this is not our fight, man. I'm just thinking, y'all. I've just been thinking, like, who are we fighting? Because they saying fight back, but who are they fighting with? These people fight with themselves. When you see a war with white on white, black on black, police on black, that's become a problem, we see. Let's go.
Young adults, why are these kids being threatened? And this is nothing to play with because there's been a great number of school shootings in the past years, and guess what? They've all been white males. I'm spitting facts, not opinion. What do these black colleges have to do with this?
This is why we say white supremacy is the issue. Do you see the person, the suspect, the man they are looking for, the man at large? Do you see this man, right? He's obviously white. He's wearing a Patriot shirt. They say that he may be a college student, a white man. I want y'all to stick with me. Now, following Charlie Kirk's unaliving, 3 HBCUs, Alabama State, Hampton University, and Virginia State University, have received threats. Threats for what? The suspect in Charlie Kirk's unaliving is going to be a white man. So why are black people being threatened? Because it's all about white supremacy, and no matter what, white people who are racist in this country, who follow Charlie Kirk's rhetoric, believe that black people should not exist. And so, instead of turning on their own people, because this was white on white crime, they're directing their anger towards black people that ain't got shit to do with the situation. I didn't even see a black person in the goddamn crowd. It was Utah. Ain't that like Mormon country or some shit? But no, black people once again, black students once again, have to keep their head on the swivel because white, racist, Christian, nationalists, KKK members, Nazis are all trying to target them for what? We didn't have shit to do with what happened to Charlie Kirk. It was white on white crime. So,
You know, according to this report, it says multiple HBCU under lockdown after receiving threats. The lockdown measure comes a day after the shooting of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk at a university on Wednesday, but officials have not said the threats are connected. According to reports, it says multiple historically black colleges and universities are on lockdown after receiving potential threats on Thursday, including Alabama State University, Virginia State University, Hampton University, Virginia Southern University, Louisiana, and Clark Atlanta University in Georgia was placed on lockdown. Now, according to reports, the FBI released a statement regarding the threats on Thursday, saying federal investigators are aware a threat calls to a number of historic black institutions. The FBI takes these threats very serious because it put innocent people at risk, the agency says, adding that there is currently no information to indicate a credible threat. Now, I don't know what, fam. I don't know why black people are today just being targeted, man. Man, for some reason, y'all, for some reason, we now being targeted. We being a threat to them where we ain't show no kind of, we ain't show no kind of, you know what I mean, pose, no kind of threat. We never posed a threat to these people. But they just decided to wake up one day, y'all, and take their whole anger out. They just started to wake up one day to take their anger out on us where we didn't do nothing to them. We didn't do nothing to them. You guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. I need y'all to smash that like button, share this video, man. Because nothing's going to get solved, man. This is why black people are the target. We are the target people. Black, brown people are the target people. We are target.
So why are we being subject to hate? Because no matter what, we will always be the thing white people turn to when it comes to aggression, because they can't take it out on their own people. And that is why Charlie Kirk was detrimental to people that look like me. And his rhetoric was detrimental to people who look like me, because we're never safe around people who talk like that. This is why
It pisses me off that there are HBCUs across the nation that are currently on lockdown because there is a large quadrant or group of human beings within this nation who are so intent on misdirecting their anger and their rage externally and towards other things rather than the system itself, and rather than what's helped build and create this, and rather than the rhetoric that they believed in returning to them 100-fold. Rather than being mad at that, they're misdirecting their anger towards other people groups and other minorities, and specifically towards a people group who have faced the most political violence, who have dealt with the most political assassinations within the history of the United States, except for external world leaders. And that's a whole nother conversation. I swear to you, some of these people will never cease to amaze me. But like when I tell you, this is a prime example of what happens when you dehumanize an entire group of people, when you dehumanize an entire political.
Man, I'm gonna say it like this, you guys. Common sense. A lot of people, you get ignorant people say that, oh, you guys always been the victims, and you know what I mean. I want y'all to use your discernment. They're only here to, you know what I mean, to keep us, you know what I mean, dehumanized. You know what I mean. That's the way to keep us, you know what I mean, intact. That's the way to say Pharaoh was keeping the children of Israel intact, because the children of Israel, they got so comfortable eating at least the cucumbers, those things that was tasty, the fish. And God was saying, I'm trying to get you back. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because those things that you was hooked on will never be good for you. See, America, when you look at America, she becomes no use. She become no use to you. She become no value. Because everybody, you know what I mean, everybody's seeing America for what she is. You know, no one, you see, no one wants to talk. No one wants, you know what I mean, do no more explaining anymore. No one actually wants to talk anymore, man. These forging leaders now, I want to say, they don't even want to have nothing to say. If you notice, you know what I mean, if you notice, Trump don't even have the power to have anything to say anymore. Because they're gonna boot him out. If you say something that goes directly against, you know what I mean, what they stand for, you trying to go somewhere to call shots, they're gonna move you out. They're gonna move you out. You know what I mean? And you see, she no longer can exercise the Middle East. She don't have power, man. She don't have the power to govern the earth anymore. She don't have the strength. America is weakened. These other nations, it's gonna get so bad that all the nation going to stand aside. They're going to stand far. They're going to watch America. They're going to watch America destroy herself. They're going to watch how she's going to destroy herself. Because all you see all her trades is gone. You see that, you look at the shipmaster, the cargoes. You'll start seeing all of her, you know what I mean, delicious, delicate things, her splendor, everything she once had. You can imagine. It's all gone, man. You think for a second, you know what I mean, America can get away with all the evil she had done? You think she gonna get away? She didn't rob nations. She didn't, you know what I mean? She didn't already provoke herself. See, America manufactured killings. You guys got to understand, y'all, that this young man, he was going to be one day a political leader. Just think about how he was young. He barely finished high school. Didn't you know what I mean? He didn't finish college or anything. And you know what I mean? They saw how this young man, you know what I mean, grew. It's like you seeing, you know what I mean, Barack Obama, president. See, they saw, but you didn't see. See, they saw him, how he grew from, you know what I mean, Harvard. You didn't see it. And they looked at, you know what I mean, Obama, he don't have this dialogue. You know, he don't have this access. He's not like your Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, excuse me. But I've been saying, you know, President Barack Obama will have to speak for the whole. He'll have to speak for the entire people, but he'll have to have some interest for Black American people. Now, I want y'all to use your discernment and think for a little bit. You think when we had Obama as president, things was going to change? They humiliate the president. You know, they put it right in our face. They went after our children. Our children's from 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you know, they had the weakest excuse today. Said that they was playing, and we thought they was, playing with a gun. Don't give you no right to shoot a young kid. You seeing more children was dying in the community. That's all they will do. Pursue. See a little children playing with a cap gun or water gun. And they find a way where they go into an area where no one is around. Where no one's around. And that's why you see this kind of killings in America happen quite often. You know, this becomes, a very serious political issue where when we see these heinous crimes, hateful crimes, these police brutality, this becomes a fight, you guys. Where we stand up, or where we just continue to be quiet and just, shut down. Let's go.
Side or the other side, this is what starts happening, and this is the result of it, and this is where we end up being led to. And so many people have been so apathetic and just avoidant and just completely out of the conversation. And now these very people who've been apathetic the entire time are now full of empathy for somebody, and they had no empathy towards anything else. I've not seen this amount of energy and rage and emotional energy from white people since probably the election of President Obama in 2008. We are truly living in surreal times, y'all. I don't know. I really wish I did, but I don't know. So I'm gonna be honest, it pisses me off that there are 8.
And now there's been a threat called into the Democratic National Committee headquarters. What happened to violence isn't the answer. And this is all over someone who's not actually a politician, mind you. And I blame the president for how far this is escalating. Because instead of spreading a message of safety and gun violence not being the answer, he's saying things like this.
We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on.
Here's the courage that he put into young people, which is why we're seeing threats of violence towards many groups of people, because he believed that this was the answer. Also, the courage that he put in the hearts of young people, which is why they're now attacking the Democratic National Committee headquarters.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be in...
Wait a minute. I got 17 people on my live. 17 people. Ain't nobody smashed the like button. 20 people came in. Well, I had 3 people came in. Now 20 people of you guys came in. No one smashed the like. I got 2 likes. Let's go, man. Smash that like button. Share this video. I want to say something to y'all. I told you guys already, Trump have no kind of sincerity. He has no kind of concern. And he talks like he has no concern. But it seemed like they blaming black people for Charlie Kirk killing. Now, it was just 20 of you on. 7 this left. But I'm just saying, you guys, there's, college and campus universities been just shut down, y'all. This is going to be a clapback, man, that's going to happen in black communities now. It's going to be a clapback. It's going to be a clapback. Let's go.
Announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd.
All of this is celebrating the things that Charlie Kirk did when he was alive, which was fueling hate towards marginalized groups of people. And so, if the president is honoring that, what do you think the rest of our country is going to do?
So that man dies, and now all of a sudden, 3 HBCUs, one HBCU I actually went to, Alabama State University, I am from Montgomery, Alabama, are on lockdown because of some threats to the schools. We had nothing to do with that man getting shot in the neck. We had nothing to do with any of that. But because we don't sympathize with racism, now you call our schools in our communities placing threats on us.
This is why this country is in trouble, y'all. America got so much blood in her hands, she won't stop. She won't stop, man. We not a threat to you. And we have never been a threat. When I see brothers and sisters, man, when I see this, man, when I see black students in colleges across the U.S. target with racism threats, the day after we see Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, says a lot, man. You know what I mean? When we look at the HBCU heightened security after Charlie murdered Sparks, now, according to reports, the arrest of a suspect in the murder of a conservative activist, Charlie Kirk, comes after the nation grappled with a wave of grief, anger, and fear emotions that has spilled into real-world consequences for historically black colleges and universities. Man, this is sad, man. This is sad, man. We live in a society, man, where people don't understand when wrong is wrong. This is a kind of, society. We live in a sick society world, man. It's sick, man. It's sick to see, these people get on here, they chant like this was a black crime against a white man. That that their own people did. A plot that they did, an inside job. The authority, it was like they didn't have any whereabouts of this suspect. They then brought 2 people into custody. That, and they was forced to be released. They didn't have a 33 hours investigation till all of a sudden the families of Robinson called sheriff deputies. An arrest was made. You know, I want to say this, fam. The investigation that was a very, very lousy investigation. You know why you think we got all these killings, y'all? We got all these killings, man. We supposed to have the best CIAs, you know what I mean, the best, you know what I mean, detective, FBI. Crimes, you see, is right. You know what I mean? It's right between they, you know what I mean, their eyes and ears, man. This thing about, man, someone shot at a bus stop. How long do you think the police gonna come out? How long do you think they're gonna come out? The world will be, I think the world will be more serious trouble if we didn't have no authority. But now it's like, now you see the authorities, they don't, it's like they don't even represent that badge. You know what I mean? That badge represent their line of their duty, but they don't represent that badge when it comes to Black American people. They don't, you know what I mean? So why you waste time, call 911? How long you gonna think the police gonna come? And just think about, man, you calling these police. You think it's gonna solve your problem? Let me look at these comments, man. Oh yeah, the Lord said He's going to repay. That's why we leave everything up in God's hands. God. He don't want His people to be out there being aggressive. He don't want His people, you know what I mean, be out here being aggressive. I know there's going to be some, you know what I mean, distressful times. You know what I mean, depression times. Because this is they showing you guys the Great Depression. They're showing you the old commodity days, man. You know what I mean? And see the thing is, man, we about to see some things that we ain't never seen. We're about to at least experience some things that we never seen. You know what I mean? What the worst is yet to come, man. Because I say, man, no time gonna pass with God. No time pass with Him. And since no time passed with Him, you know, with the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is merry like a day. And see, this is why I said, if the Lord had not cut short the time, no human being will even survive it. But you see, now for the sake of His elect, He has shortened the time. The times is getting short here. Why do you think they can talk about the earth is speeding up? Why would they talk about that? Why would they talk about the earth is speeding up? The earth is speeding up because He's wondering the things they're doing. You know what I mean? They speeding their ass up out of here. And excuse my French. Because I say this to you. If the scientists and scholars know that America is on her way out, this present, you know what I mean, earth we standing on, it's temporary. When you look at the stars, the moon, the sun, they never disobey God's orders. But only the devil and his work must be destroyed. See the stonework written on the walls of these governments will be destroyed. Now let's go.
But you think that's helping your plight in recognizing this man as a world leader, in a this, that, and the third, and a stand-up guy. Y'all are fucking delusional. Okay? And this just furthers my point in saying stay away from these conservative ass white people. They are fucking crazy. Literally, they are insane. Okay? There's something mentally wrong with these people. To call threats into schools where there are students living on campus, where people are just trying to get their education, go to class, mind their business, and go back to their goddamn dorm rooms. But y'all are calling in threats to HBCUs because we don't give a fuck that a racist died? Are you serious? Like, literally, this has to be a fucking fever dream.
Now, wait a minute, y'all. We have been receiving reports that several HBCU campuses are now on lockdown due to bomb threats and shooter threats. How did we get involved in this, huh? This was a white-on-white crime. It happened in Utah. Mind you, you all do not have the shooter. You don't know what they look like. You don't know who they are. Why are you threatening us? And I would...
Look, I agree with her, y'all, because why would they close down black universities and schools, college, and universities? Why would they do that? Why do we gotta be targeted? Why can't we just be free people, man? Why can't we just live our life? The rest of our life, you know what I mean, on this earth. Why can we not live the rest of our life? Life, you know what I mean? I say this to you guys, man. Life been so much of a struggle for black people, man. We just want to live our life, man. That's all. We just want to live our life, man. We want to be loved. And do you think for a second, you know what I mean, that this, you know what I mean, assassination would have brought us together? See, when the Lord comes, the Lord's going to come with thousands of his holy ones. He's not coming to do no more explaining on this earth, man. His servants, his messengers, they did enough explaining to warn America for a great day, a great time. A lot of God's messengers today did their job to warn America for a great day that will come. See, this is not when I say great day to you, this is not a great day of them celebrating, y'all. Because it's going to get to some point, America going to think she's going to rally. She's going to be thinking she's going to rally like it's another Independence Day. She's going to think she's going to rally. You know, on Independence Day, America was celebrating the joy of others. They don't even actually know how to celebrate an actual Independence Day. Because you see, you know what I mean, during that time they took, the country from the native Indians. They don't actually know how to celebrate, because they celebrate the joy of others. They didn't take this, they didn't take this day as you thought that they were going to celebrate their Independence Day. Nah. What Independence Day they celebrate? But the joy of others. Now, some of you may be in disagreement, but I gotta explain it the way I gotta explain to you. They took the Independence Day to celebrate the joy of others. So when that dreadful day comes, and will come, America, she would think that she's gonna have a good time here, a good future here. She's gonna rally. She's gonna really rally. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be like the day of Noah, Locks. The people, this picture of people gonna rally. They're gonna think they're having a good time. Then you're gonna see, all of a sudden, you're gonna see a dark cloud spraying over America, and that dark cloud is gonna bring in so much rain that they ain't gonna, See, that's why these people, they take nothing initiative. They pay no attention to the sign of this hour. Let's go.
Say that I'm surprised, but as the poet Sonny Patterson said, what's surprising when you know the nature of the beast? Especially when they've shown the same face for centuries, huh? You all just want an excuse to be violent towards us. This had nothing to do with us. You all need to locate the shooter and leave us alone. Let us go on about our day. We are not involved in this. But this is what you all do. Spin a narrative when you have no information and you're trying to spew hate and violence all over the place. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yesterday what happened with Fox News and them getting on live television saying that this was a declaration of war and quote unquote telling people that this is the time to fight back. But now there are HBCUs having phone calls and threats where people are telling them they are going to come do some unspeakable acts at the campus. HBCUs in Virginia and Alabama are on lockdown because they are receiving threats in response to what happened to Charlie Kirk. Multiple different people are calling these institutions, telling people to do shit like strap up, insinuating that they're going to come and do harm to the historically black colleges in the name of Charlie Kirk, because we fucking got something to do with it, apparently. It's not just one college, not two college, but on the memorial of 9/11, 6 historically black colleges halted all activities and issued alerts stating that campus is now on a lockdown because of these fucking calls. These colleges include Spelman College, Alabama State University, Virginia State University, Hampton State, Southern University in Louisiana, and Clark Atlanta University in Georgia. What the fuck? Reported getting these calls with multiple threats from multiple different people at all of these colleges. 6 different colleges are receiving these bullshit threats. And y'all think that none of this is connected? They're on lockdown, and it is applied to its entire Baton Rouge landmass, which includes its law center. They are making students shelter in place. This is what Charlie Kirk stood for. It's incredibly insane for people to be calling black colleges. Why not call the College of Utah, where he was on a live? Call somebody else, but you're gonna target.
Look, the Charlie Kirk stood on racism. It was his own people that killed him. This was totally an inside job. It was they wanted to cover this up so bad. Now they want to make us the target, man. Well, I tell you, we are coming home, y'all. This is why we don't have to feel no more pain, sorrow, grief. You know, because we ain't got to go through the pain anymore. Because God wants us to be content to what we have, because God is telling us, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. See, if God is for us, who could be against us? Who can separate us from the love of God? America has sinned, and her sins have reached all into the heaven. The Most High God has remembered her sins, because her sins have heaped all up into the heaven. And I'm here to tell you, her time has come. Get yourself on board. Get yourself ready. Because the bear, he wants you to poke. He wants people to poke. To say, you know what I mean? You know, these people lose their minds, man. These people really lose their rabbit minds. They don't know who I am. Satan wants you to poke at him. But as long as we get all of us to stand up, he can't do nothing when everyone unite and stand up. He can't do nothing. Because at some point, the Most High God, they're gonna have to retrieve. They're gonna have to pack their things up and retrieve. It's time now that they will have to pack their things up and get going. Because you're gonna see it's time now. Let's go.
Target black people because Fox News told you that the left leading African Americans had something to do with this? The man was talking about gun violence before he passed away, and y'all are saying we shouldn't justify gun violence and then turning around and threatening black college universities. We were always the target, but now since your king is unalived and the other king produced an AI video to talk about it, you target us? This is crazy. It's insane. And some of y'all still gonna say we need to have more empathy and caring and understanding. Saying that no one deserves to get unalived for their opinion, great. No one also deserves to get unalived because they're Palestinian. No one deserves to get unalived because they're Christian, Catholic, or Muslim. No one decides to get unalived or deserves to get unalived simply because they are trans, but no one's talking about that, God forbid. All of this shit needs to stop now, because it looks like we're headed towards a CV. And if
Now, you remember that Minneapolis, when the kids, you know what I mean? There was 3 kids that was killed. Over 17, 18 people were shot. And this doing a prayer call. You know, I want to say this to you, fam. You know that been forgot. This as you know what I mean. Charlie Kirk will be forgot. Wait till things die down. I guarantee you. I can guarantee you. He's not being remembered as people will remember him. I'm gonna tell you something, you guys. This assassination with Charlie, you know what I mean? They feel like he got in the way of their agenda. So they hire a hitman. This man has to be a shooter. This man knew his target. He has to been out there practicing while no one was around. I want to ask you guys, how many shots you guys think was fired? This has to be a real professional shooter. And they say he was from, what, 200 yards from the event? This had to be a professional shooter. This had to be a shooter that been out already practicing. I say this to say this. You know, white folks are always been hunters, skilled hunters. They know how to kill. They know how to use that rifle, man. They know how to use it better than we know how to use it. Now, you know, for people to say, I hear some people say, well, he wasn't a good target shooter, but this was a target shooter, man. This was a guy that been out in the field, man. This is what he do on a regular. This is what he do on a regular basis. This was a shooter. Let's go.
If you don't know what it means, go look it up. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday what happened with Fox News and them getting on live.
Friends, we have some major extreme breaking news right now. Multiple HBCUs are reporting multiple threats and are currently on lockdown right now. Alabama State University, Virginia State University, and Hampton University all suspended classes and operations until officials figure out if this threat is credible. Students and staff have been told to shelter in place, stay indoors, and to please follow guidance from campus and law enforcement. At this point, no one confirmed who made the threats or if they're even credible. More details should be coming shortly, so please follow along. I will keep you guys updated. Stay safe.
So several black HBCUs have been threatened with mass shootings ever since this white man was unalived yesterday. It's like, y'all just can't leave us alone. Y'all don't know how to leave us the fuck alone. Shit don't even got nothing to do with us, but y'all are calling up to the HBCUs, threatening them to the point where they're having to cancel after-school activities and in-school activities because y'all don't know how to leave us alone. The man that lost his life yesterday was white. The shooter was white. Black people don't got nothing to do with it, but y'all always trying to find a way to involve us. And it's really insane at this point. Just like with the whole ICE and immigration stuff, every time ICE is mentioned, the first thing y'all try to say is, oh, they coming for y'all next, they coming for y'all next. This is what I need y'all to understand about black people. We have always been the target. You don't scare us by saying dumb shit like that. What they're mad about is, through all of the bullshit that we've been through in this country, we're still resilient. We still rise. We still wake up with a smile on our face. We still get on this bitch and joke and laugh.
Now, I need y'all to come. I need 26 of you guys come. Do you guys think for a second that black people cover up all these crimes here? I agree, we get black on black crime. We have black on black crimes here. You know what I mean? That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. You know, but I'm talking about these heinous crimes, these hate crimes, these mass shootings. When did you ever see a black man, you know what I mean, assassinate a white man? I'm not trying to sound racist, but I'm thinking of you guys right now that are here. I remember, if you guys remember that DC shooting, that sniper. It was a black man. He went. He. I mean, this. He was very skilled. I don't know. I don't know if you guys ever remember that DC shooting. That black man. It was him and his son. They went all through. You know what I mean? From, I guess, from Washington, Virginia. They was going here. This think how they was able to orchestrate that, and how long you know what I mean, they was getting away. I mean, yeah, he left some clues. Yeah, you know what I mean. He may left a letter, evidence where he made calls. But this thing, man, that watch that in Washington, that sniper, the Washington sniper. Nah, I'm not saying I'm acting like a victim. I'm just gotta, you know what I mean. I gotta keep this thing real though. We got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem in America. I'm gonna call Ace a spade. We all ain't been right, man. We all ain't been right, man. You get white killings here in America. You get white crimes here. You get black crimes here. Police you know what I mean, if you really look at it, these police shooting on black people. If I was to tell you this is part of the police force, it's a KKK, you know what I mean, government gang, you guys might want to be like, damn, man, that's hard. That's hard to even say, right? But yeah, y'all, the police killing on black people, the police killings. Oh yeah, y'all. So when you want to say, well, why you play this victim? Yeah, we are a victim when it comes to the police killing us. It will go down in history that, man, how long police been here killing us, man? You can't never, and I mean never, ever, I mean ever race slavery out. And that's what they trying to do, is sweep away slavery. You can never. When America got all, you know what I mean, of blood on her. Now we are the victim, whether you like it or not. Now, yeah, we got it bad because we didn't know no other. Look, this thing, we didn't know no other body but a right race of people. Now this makes sense. Let's use our discernment. I wanna make sense to you. Where did the drugs came? Who brought the drugs here? Who brought the guns here? And whenever we was able to get our hands on these drugs, on the guns, we started to use it. We started to sell it. Some of our people started to use it. You see, some of our people started to fight over it. So you have gangs. You have turf people called. You know, we didn't bring the drugs here. We didn't bring the guns here. But yeah, some was just going on with the lies just there. But if you was to purchase a gun in the South, in the market, You know, the white market, right? See, Negroes, they ought to know better that they don't purchase no guns in the South. You know what I mean? And they know for a fact that if we purchase these guns, we know we ain't gonna go do no drive-bys in no white neighborhood. We know that we not gonna come into this, you know what I mean, suburbs, driving in the suburbs. So I want to say white folk ought to be careful of how, you know what I mean, they use that gun. Because they use it long enough. Because you know that thing stings, that thing hurts, and that thing kills. So when you see there's guns, drugs, and jobless men. There's guns and drugs and pain. There's guns and drugs that we see that a man ain't destined. So we see there's guns and drugs that a man ain't productive. So when you see whenever the dope mercher comes and says, hey now, take this for your pain. And see, a lot of people will graduate from reefer, but now they try some coke and crack. And you all sprung out. And see, this is why the drugs allow, when they put these drugs in the streets in our community, our people use them. See, this is why I said we never brought the drugs. We never brought these guns, because they know if they put them in the community, it's going to bring war. Let's go.
Laugh and smile every day. Mass shootings happen because non-melanated people don't know how to handle when shit is not going their way. Us, we take that shit to the chin and keep it the fuck moving. Is it because maybe, just maybe, the propaganda that y'all tried to sell to the mass media overseas, that we was the problem? Maybe is it because y'all little mask is falling off and people are seeing who the real problem is? I'm a person who really believes in karma, so I don't ever wish harm. Like, I don't directly wish harm on people, you know what I'm saying? But if you expected me to speak out, and
I'm gonna say it like this, you guys. We don't wish harm. We don't wish harm. We just hate what is evil, cleanse to what is good. Don't you think if God would get a good smell of this modern wicked filth, he would take that flower and smell that flower? And ever since he smelled a wild flower that stunk his nostril, he would get a good taste of this modern wicked filth, just as the taste of ancient Babylon. Let's go.
in support of or have any sympathy for someone who wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire, you're crazy.
I 100% agree. We all being tested, y'all. We all being tested for our faith. That's why you have to cast your anxieties on him, because God cares for you. And be alert at all times, because the enemy, the devil, he prowls around like a rare lion looking for someone who he may devour. You gotta draw close to God so he can draw close to you. You gotta resist the devil and come close to God so he can come close to you. You gotta expel the wicked that's amongst you. James 5:6 says, see, you have murdered the innocent ones who is now opposing you. So how do we oppose a threat to these people? We don't pose no threat. Why are we a threat to them? You see, Psalms chapter 10 verse 8 says, he sat in the lurking place of the villages, in the secret place. Do he murder the innocents? His eyes are set against the poor. You see, up into this minute, he seeks after the so-called Negro. See, he can be going through the area in his car and will yell out, get that Negro. You see, this shows cowardice against the white man, going after the so-called Negro. For after all this time he been here, there could be 100 of them and one Negro mind his own business. See, a coward person won't fight a brave man. Unless, you know what I mean? Unless he see the brave man fighting, he won't fight back. But unless he don't see you fighting, that's when they least gonna, you know what I mean, steal on you. When you least inspecting it, he's gonna steal on you. When you least inspecting it. But it shows cowardice. After we've been here 400 years, to steal on us, to find opportunity, ride around, patrolling. When that badge, you think that badge represent the line of his duty. That badge should represent the line of his duty. But yet, he's after that one so-called Negro. Our sister, Brittany Taylor, was a security officer. Come home for a long day. And let me tell you how these people are. They don't have nothing better to do. She comes home for a long day. A long day. And there was no search warrants. No proper calls to even go and, you know what I mean? They get a call of a disturbancy, they say. Was no one at her house but Brittany Taylor. So they went in and started to pursue. They went in with ARs. And they shot our sister. So this is why I said your life don't mean anything to you. And this is why David says, yes, Lord, I walk through this valley of shadow of death, because I feel no evil, because the Lord are with me. Oh, my brothers and sisters, we see all this carnage, all this tacities that have afflicted us. We have done no evil to you. But you see, our people, they just needed the voice of the Messiah. So I say this: how should they know except as they have a teacher? And how should they have a teacher except as they be sent? Now, your former slave masters and their children are not going to free you from their grip. Well, someone will have to free us so that we can become true apostles and disciples of Jesus the Christ. See, I'm called a hater. I'm called a racist. But if they hated Jesus because there's truth in his mouth, and he's not afraid to say what's truth. See, the world will hate you. The world will reject you. The world will persecute you, even as it persecuted me. See, the world did not love Farrakhan. The world did not love the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The world did not love Malcolm. The world did not love Martin Luther King. The world did not love John F. Kennedy. The world did not love Charlie Kirk. The world did not love Abraham Lincoln. The world did not love William McKinley. The world will not love you when you speak what's right.
Multiple HBCUs around the country receiving threats, prompting lockdowns and closures. We know officials are investigating right now, but we haven't got specifics as to the threats themselves, but certainly serious enough that school officials have moved forward with lockdowns and even the closure of campuses. Several schools we know of have been involved in this. Alabama State University, Hampton University, Virginia State University.
Like I said, you guys, I'm going to wrap it from here, man. For more, you know what I mean, content, if you want more content, please stay subscribed. Please share this video. Definitely going to be back. But till then, we out.